My name is Daniel Thompson. This is my Week 7 Barriers Project video over the Missouri Leader Standard. One is the vision, mission, and goals. Education leaders have the knowledge and ability to ensure the success of all students by facilitating the development, articulation, implementation, and stewardship of a school or district vision of learning supported by the school community. Talk about what barriers get in the way of that goal or that standard of setting goals and setting a vision for an athletic program. You really got to make sure you have coaches working for you as an athletic director that are bought into your system. Anybody that's not bought in will start leading you off the path of what you're trying to accomplish as an athletic program. One of the strategies to help ensure that everybody has the same goals and is on the same page is to set aside either development days or coaches retreat days, lots of team building exercises for your coaches and your teachers from the educational standpoint, just to reiterate that everybody is on the same page and working toward a goal. Standard 2, teaching and learning. Education leaders have the knowledge and ability to ensure the success of all students by promoting a positive school culture, providing an effective instructional program that applies best practices to student learning, and designing comprehensive professional growth plans for staff. One of the barriers that you see when it comes to this standard is when you have teachers or coaches that don't really work hard enough. Sometimes you might have a coach in a classroom that really doesn't care about the teaching part of it. He's just there to coach. And he might just have his students sit in class and read out of the book and answer the questions at the end of the chapter, and that's not really best practice, as research has shown lately. How to get over that barrier, one of the ways is to, even as an athletic director, check in on your coaches that are in the classroom, make sure they're doing things the right way. Principals are going to have evaluations on all the teachers, regardless of their coaches or not, but it wouldn't be a bad idea for an athletic director to step in if one of their coaches is teaching and just kind of halfway doing it, really, and say something to them so they can try to better is management of organizational systems. Education leaders have the knowledge and ability to ensure the success of all students by managing the organizational structure, personnel, and resources in a way that promotes a safe, efficient, and effective learning. The barriers that comes with this is just not being organized when it comes to different events, practices, classroom stuff. Lesson plans aren't organized. One of the ways around this as an athletic director or for an athletic program is to make sure that you have a specified list of event planning list of how everything's going to go, whether it's a football game, making sure you have medical personnel there, making sure concession money's taken care of at the end of the game, and all those things in between, from making sure the field is safe, making sure the press box equipment is set up. All of this, having everything organized, is going to make events run more smoothly for not only the students but also the parents and fans. Collaboration with families and stakeholders. Education leaders have the knowledge and ability to ensure the success of all students by collaborating with families and other community members, responding to diverse community interests and needs, and mobilizing community resources. One of the barriers that comes with this standard, really, I wouldn't call it a barrier per se, but it's more of avoiding this standard. When you have an athletic director or a head coach that's not seen out in public, or even an administrator higher up that's not seen by the community, people can start to get weary of them. They don't think they're working, for the students, or they're not really bought into the school, things like that. One of the ways around this is, as administrators, athletic directors, head coaches, make sure you're at events, make sure you're seen out in public a lot, just whether it's a football game or a middle school choir concert, the more the community sees you, the better you'll be received, and the more your students and athletes will be bought in to what you're preaching because you're acting off. Ethics and integrity. Education leaders have the knowledge and ability to ensure the success of all students by acting with integrity and an ethic. A barrier of this standard is more of a avoidance of the standard. Again, is sometimes teachers or coaches, administrators, they're going to lose their way or might slip up here and there, but as an athletic or as a future athletic director, as an administrator, you have to be able to step up when something like that happens. Not be afraid to say something, not be afraid to report it. You look at Baylor right now. No one wanted to take ownership of what was really going on with the athletic program and the administration, and now, they're in a whirlwind fit trying to get everything back together. Names being bashed throughout the media just because nobody stepped up and took action from the beginning. Standard 6, professional development. Education leaders have the knowledge and ability to ensure that the success of all students by remaining current on best practices in education, administration, and school-related areas as evidenced in his or her annual professional development plan. A barrier that comes with this one is a lot of times as administrators or even coaches, you get stuck in the old-fashioned way, how things have been done. You've been working for 10, 20 years and you haven't really changed or caught up with the times with whether it's new research on what works best, a new way of teaching, a new way of coaching, and you're just kind of set in your old ways. A way around this is definitely staff development, coaching clinics, making sure to overcome this barrier that you're giving your staff the best opportunity to give your students the best opportunity by learning the new and best and most efficient practices that will help the students and athletes become better.